Welcome to week 17 of Tecmo Owners League. And like is always the case, the whole season comes down to this. The last game, the last few games on the schedule here, and this game means everything to one team and means very little to the other, as the London Silly Nannies have been eliminated from the playoffs, but the Logs are in a situation where they need to win this game to keep their hopes alive. There is another game right after this, and they will need a little bit of help with that game as well to qualify for the playoffs. But as far as this one goes, they have to have it. They cannot mathematically make it without this game. And so this is it. Everything. 16 weeks, months and months of battle testing, playing, wars, all comes down to this final moment. And I am here for it. Now the Nannies come in and their star quarterback, Ken Griffey Jr., is injured. So we will need to see if Griffey can, in fact, return to full health. Because Cal Ripken Jr., although one of the greatest shortstops of all time, you can't say he's one of the best quarterbacks of all time. Their offense takes a hit without Griffey. And so the Logs are going to be patiently waiting for that opening moment to see if Griffey does in fact return. Now the Logs have a good history in this league, so seeing them on the borderline fringe of the playoffs is like a new sight for all of us here, and here we go. Oh, Griffey does not return. That's the first big moment here today. Seeing that Griffey is not going to be here, and the Logs win the toss, and they're going to elect to receive. And Wade Boggs. Now, when this game is over, I think I'm going to have to do the Wade Boggs challenge from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. But Beal returning the kick, making some nice moves. Beal! Oh, Beal Street brings it almost back to the 50. And the Logs and DJ Wack, their leader, hands it off to Saunders. Saunders had a real good game last week. I've had the pleasure of calling these guys 2 weeks in a row now, because they're in the middle of this playoff race. You know that I could use somebody. Kings of Leon takes it down to about the 8. And Wack means business. Call play again. Oh, but this time, Dutch. The great catcher from the Philadelphia Phillies, Darren Dalton, makes the sack. And now it's second and long ways to go. Wack's got some open receivers. Oh, and it's Dutch Dalton again. Brings it down to about the 4. 3rd and 4. Already we have a big play in this game, folks. Oh, and Saunders gets nothing, and they will be forced to kick. Still a good opening drive for the Logs. And when these kind of games happen where one team has everything to play for and the other team is just looking for draft picks, you have to wonder, if the field goal is good, about the motivation of both teams. You know, are the Nannies here to... are they motivated? You know, Chuck Knobloch on the kick return. He looked pretty fast, but doesn't make it very far. And Kirby Puckett is their starting running back. I think he's had a couple injury issues. Oh, Griffey Jr. is in, guys, so I must have missed something. I apologize. All right, so don't even start. So, not that all of you guys watch all of these games, but my heart was ripped out with the owner of the X-Men when Bobby Alomar caught a last-second 45-yard touchdown to beat me in about week 8. And if it wasn't for that loss, I might be in the playoff conversation myself. So, fuck Bobby Alomar. I want to spit on him like he's some dirty umpire. Anyway, okay, should we get back to calling the game? Fucking Roberto Alomar. 3rd and 7. Here. Oh, and they call the play, but he gets it off. Catch by Crime Dog, Fred McGriff. And I do really like the naming scheme for this team. I grew up with the 90s baseballs when I fell in love with baseball. However, I do think that Carlos Baergo catches the short one here. And I do, however, think he should be penalized a few draft picks for not naming a player Big Hurt after Frank Thomas. Oh, Pinchardo's with the sack. I mean, Big Hurt is like perfectly made. He was arguably the best player of the 90s. And sack, Blithus Maloney after the big drive, a couple sacks there. But still, I'm still mad that there's no Big Hurt. So if he comes back with the same naming scheme next season, I expect there to be a Big Hurt linebacker or something like that. All right, anyway, field goal attempt is up. And let's see here. They're going for the kick. Oh, men in close. Blocked. And, picked up by the Logs. Jeremy Samuel, one of their best players, returns it all the way back to the 45. And that's got to be heartbreaking. The Nannies were having motivation issues before. They're clearly going to be fully stocked now. And there's a dump down pass to Saunders. And he picks up the first down. He looks good. He's tough. I like Saunders. And got a couple receivers, but Wack's going to run it. And he gets whacked right at the line of scrimmage. And handoff up the middle to Saunders. Oof, a couple nice moves there. But now we're at a 3rd and 5. It's a big play. Got somebody open across the middle. No, I couldn't get it there in time. And it's 4th and 5. Ooh, they are going to try the really long field goal. This is always a mystery to me because I don't look at field goal stats before the game. But Emily, the girl kicker, is well known. She puts it up and through. A big kick for Emily, the girl kicker. And that gives them the 6-point lead. Still, only one big play for the Nannies being able to take the lead here. Chuck Knobloch, better returner than he is at throwing the ball from second base to first base. And Griffey Jr. now. Oh, gets sacked by Pinchardo's. Makes me want to order dinner from Pancheros. We haven't seen much of Kirby Puckett so far. I say that, and he gets the ball and does nothing with it. It's 3rd and 23. Do they just run it out here, or do they go for the big play? Oh, they throw it deep. Oh, and Crime Dog makes the catch, but not enough for the first down. Still, every yard can be valuable in a field possession type game like this is looking like it might be. And Dennis Eckersley with the punt, the best closer of all time before Trevor Hoffman and Mariano Rivera. So if you're talking about early 90s here, Eckersley would be the right closer to pick. All right, and hands it, Whack rolls out. Looking. Oh, it looked like a nice pass, but a defender got up and got his hands on it. Knocked it down. And Saunders is eaten alive there. Not much going on. Now it's 3rd and 13. The handoff to Saunders. Yeah, this is really turning into a field possession type game, it looks like. And that might favor the Nannies. And again, Knobloch back to receive the punt. Hasn't coughed one up yet. Ooh, nice moves to the sideline. Brings up to about the 42. He's been real solid on those returns. And in a field possession battle game like this, that can be really big. Griffey drops back. It looks like he's got Alomar open, but he overthrows him. Where was that in week 8? Alomar, you schmuck. All right, 2nd and 10. Gives it to Kirby. Kirby's brought down, and it's now 3rd and 10. And they're going to have to start converting some of these. And that's not the way to do it, folks. Kirby Puckett with a good, solid run, but picks up only 6, and they are again forced to punt. Their defense is keeping them in it. Oh, but the punter gets nailed. And that's a huge play in this style of game here. Ooh, that one could have been picked, but it's instead just knocked down. And now Saunders gets it, picks up a solid 3. It's 3rd and 7 again. Somebody's going to have to start making plays. Oh, and it's the Nannies who make this play. Oh, no, he broke a tackle. Excuse me, pardon my French here, folks. First down for Saunders. And now, we got play action. He's got somebody open. Throws it deep to Beal. Touchdown. Welcome to Nick Beal Street, says A.J. Whack. He whacked him good. And now the Nanny's lack of offense is really going to be biting them in the butt here. It's 13-0. And again, is this the moment where the Nannies kind of throw in the towel? You know, what are they even playing for? Knobloch looks so fast. My goodness gracious. It's 1st and 10 from the 26 or so here. And, sack by excitedly named Jeff Brown. Timeout is called. 2nd and 19. Puckett. Who remembers that 91 World Series? Kirby Puckett hit that home run to center field to send it to Game 7. Anyway, Griffey Jr. backs up. Oh, nailed again with this Maloney. Oh, and this is a downright brutal first half offensive performance by the Nannies. And here's the punt. Now Eck punts it off. Beal catches it at about the 25. Brought down at the 30. So it's a 2-score game right now. The difference between 2 scores and 3 scores is gigantic. So a field goal here would be a big deal. Oh, but sweet swing and Will Clark, first baseman for the Giants, gets the sack. Bam. Saunders brought down very quickly. We're at that magical 3rd and 23 again. But this team can convert it. They've got Beal open up top. Connects! Big play! We know that Emily, the girl kicker, has the leg to reach from this type of distance, so that was a big conversion there. The dive to Saunders. Picks up 4. Now Whack drops back. Got an open receiver at the bottom. Oh, goes up top to Saunders. Oh, overthrows. 3rd and 6, and they'll have to settle for the field goal. Now, this is a long field goal for anybody, even somebody as talented as Emily, the girl kicker. So let's see what she can do with it. It's up, and it's, wow, didn't even need a post or anything. 16-0. 3-score game. And it could be all over here, folks. Knobloch making moves. No! If Knobloch could have snuck past one more defender, he may have taken it to the house. Kirby Puckett just gets crushed again. All right, and so it's halftime. And the Logs are doing what they needed to do to keep this season alive for them. Can they just hold off for one more half? Blinky Smoochy sends us to the second half. And probably the last person that the Logs want to see with the ball in their hand is Knobloch, but man, moves for days. Wow, look at that juke. Brings out to the 45. I wish they could bench Kirby and put Knobloch back there. Well, Kirby with his first decent gain here. Oh, a big gain. Brings out to about the 28, 38. 33. And the short dive now to Kirby. 2nd and 5. Good run. The Nannies look ready for the second half. 2nd and 5. He's got somebody open up top. It's Crime Dog. Crime Dog with the jumping catch. Touchdown. Fred McGriff. Touchdown from Ken Griffey Jr. The kick looks low, but it's still good. And it's now 16-7, and the Logs fans have to get a little bit nervous that the Nannies showed a lot more offense on their first drive than they did the entire first half. And Beale Street with a solid return here. See what Whack can do now. The pressure is swung back in their direction. Dalton gets very little. Or Saunders, rather. Dalton, of course, is the defender. And dive up the middle to Saunders. And This offensive play calling looks conservative. It is too early in the game to start running out the clock and playing the prevent defense, folks. And yet here they come out, run it 3 times, and do not get the first down. That is the kind of football that gets you fired, folks. The coach, it is just way too early to button down the hatches here and just try to grind out clock. Knobloch now set to return the punt. And brings it out to the 20. Kirby looked good. He may have picked up a condition here over the half. Still not going to get much on that dog shit run play. 2nd and 9. Oh, he's ahead of his blocker now. Oh, Kirby says, F you, buddy. Brings it out to the 45. 1st and 10. We got motion. Fakes the handoff. Oh, dumps it down to nobody. 2nd and 10. Not much there, incomplete. 3rd and 10. And despite the good start on the first drive of the half, they can't afford to miss too many drives here in this second half. Oh, moves by Kirby Puckett! The Kirby Puckett Roller Derby Annual brings it out to the 19. Oh, no. Oh, folks, just when Kirby Puckett was starting to heat up, he goes right back down. Oh, and it's Craig Biggio coming in. Second baseman, catcher, Hall of Famer, Craig Biggio. Oh, boy. Griffey gets swarmed. Blithus Maloney eats him up. 2nd and 16. Biggio looks pretty good. 3rd and 15. Doesn't pick up much there, but you can see that he's clearly paid. Griffey surveys the scene. Oh, tries to force it into McGriff. And they're going to kick the field goal here. Now, if they make it, again, a lot of pressure. It looks like it should be good. And it is. And Boggs nails it off the green monster and in. And just like that, the Natties came to play in the second half. They've got 2 scores. They're only down 6 points now. And it's a dangerous spot. It's a dangerous spot for the Logs. Their whole season could come down to this very drive. Needs to find somebody. Oh, not a good start. I'm wondering if starting to see some sweat appear on the foreheads of some of these players of the Logs. 3rd and 5. This would be a really bad 3-and-out after the Nannies scored twice in a row. Wax got Beal open. Easier said than done. Throws it deep to Beal. Makes the catch. That might be the play of the season for the Logs right there. When all the momentum was going the other way, they had to find somebody to make a play. And Saunders does not make the play there, but Beal with the huge play. And Beal's open again. Got multiple receivers open, but Wack's going to try to whack him with his own feet. Good run. Might have scored with a pass, but you don't go broke by taking a profit. Runs it out to the 20. Saunders with a little bit of room. Picks up a solid 3. And we're on to the 4th quarter. A field goal here, just even a field goal, would be gigantic for the Logs. And so Wack's going to take it again. Wack, is anybody going to get him? No! He whacked him into the end zone. A.J. Wackadoodle. And that is going to make it real hard now for the Nannies. We're putting the pressure on, and the Logs responded. Wack said, I will take this team on my shoulders and carry them if need be. And he did just that. Knobloch. And one of his shorter returns. And see if the Nannies now have any fight left in them. McGriff looks open again, but Griffey's just going to take it himself. Picks up 2. 2nd and 8. McGriff again. Oh, McGriff! Crime pays. Oh, and Fred McGriff goes down. Crime dog. Oh, hate to see a season end like that for a veteran. And who's coming in? Anderson? Is that Brady Anderson from the Orioles, maybe? And Griffey now running back's got somebody open. Goes deep to Alomar. Oh, he catches it. Is he brought down? He's brought down at the 7. Big play. This is a great game, folks. Just when you think, every time you think the Nannies are down and out, Griffey brings them back. Speaking of, Griffey picks him up, runs it down to about the 4. They probably need a touchdown here, folks. They're not thinking field goal. Biggio says, "You're thinking touchdown? I'll give you a touchdown." Craig Biggio. And it's a 1-score game. Extra point is up, and it's good. Boggs makes the kick, and they do not go for the onside kick. Interesting choice. I think I would have. Beal back to return. Brings up to about the 27, and it's 1st and 10. And whack now. Any type of score. Oh! Threads the needle on the called play. Any type of score on this drive ends the game. Even any type of real long drive could end the game, but any type of score here would ice it. Saunders, does he get enough? Yes, and that's a big first down. And now the Nannies using their timeouts. 1st and 10. Whack drops back. Across the middle. This sex is on fire. Kings of Leon makes the 9-yard catch. 2nd and 1. Dive and Saunders. Enough. He's good for those tough yards. And it's desperation time now for the Nannies. They're running out of opportunities to make their final stop. Oh, but they called the play here, or maybe not. They just get a good rush. But ball's up. Oh, caught by Beal. It's been a big game for Beal. Not a lot of catches, but all of them have come in big situations and have gone for big yards. And Whack drops back. Throws it across the middle to Bill Bronski. And again, the Logs with mounting pressure, coming up, making plays. Not dynamic, but enough. Oh, that could have ended the game right there. Obviously, their chances look good regardless, but it's 3rd and 9. You don't want to have to rely on a kicker. They have one of the more reliable kickers in the league with Emily, but you don't want to rely on the kicker. It's up, touchdown. Beale Street gets it done. And that ends the game. For all intents and purposes. Congratulations to... the extra point is blocked. Congratulations to the Logs. Now they're just going to have to wait to see what happens with the Urban Achievers and Chicago Robbers. It's 1st and 10 here. Griffey looking for somebody. That's Carlos Baerga. I'm pretty sure it's Carlos Baerga, but just putting it out at the end, I think. Biggio doesn't get much. We're already at 3rd and 5, but this, so the Logs did what they had to do. They had to come in, and the Nannies aren't necessarily completes across the middle of Baerga. One of the best teams in the league, but they're a good team. I mean, make no mistake. This is a good Tecmo team right here, the Nannies. This was no sure win by any stretch of the imagination. And they did what they had to do. And the final this will probably be the final play. So credit where it's due. And that's the game, folks. The Logs. A little closer than the score indicated. The Nannies closed the gap a couple times. And good performance all around. So, congratulations. Kirby had a real nice running game. Good way to cap off the season for McGriff. And Beal 5 for $143. So, big game. All right, we'll have to see what happens in the next one.